guys, welcome back to the TIFC YouTube channel. I'm Coach Indy. On today's episode of the Predicting Player Future Moves segment, we're actually going to be talking about our first GK, our first goalkeeper. Now for me, this player could absolutely be playing for his country as number one. He's absolutely pushing for that position massively. Gives you a bit of a clue there if you're into your football. Before we dive into the video itself, please do hit that subscribe button and click that notification bell. It helps the channel grow that little bit further and reach a few more people. Today we're talking about this guy.
Today we're talking about Burnley's Nick Pope. Now, he had a few other clubs before he joined Burnley. He was at Bury Town, was at Charlton. Whilst at Charlton, he was on loan at Harrow, Welling, Cambridge United, Aldershot and York. So he definitely learnt his trade at the lower levels, and now he's obviously bearing the fruits at Burnley. So obviously Nick Pope plays in goal, terrific goalkeeper. He has no alternative positions, so I can't really comment on that. However, Burnley ever need a goal in the last minute, obviously GKs go up, don't they? So let's talk about Nick Pope as goalkeeper. Lots to talk about here. Shot stopping is a very obvious thing to talk about. Every goalkeeper at any professional level would be a very good shot stopper. His agility and coordination in particular really stands out just because of his height. Very, very difficult normally as a bigger goalkeeper just to get down and make them agile type saves. For me, his biggest strength is the way he dominates his box and the way he deals with crosses. Really is very, very commanding. Obviously, he's got a height advantage over a lot of players, which helps, but on top of that, you've still got to be able to execute and deliver those actions, if that makes sense. One thing he has improved over the last 2 to 3 years is his communication skills. He really is trying to sort of orchestrate and structure the team, especially in the defensive aspect. So Popey is 28 years old. Now you could argue that he is relatively young for goalkeeping terms. Normally goalkeepers peak sort of in their early 30s, so he's got a lot of growth there. He's English as well, and he has played for England already, which I'm going to touch on next. So Burnley signed Nick Pope for £1 million, which seems an absolute steal, an absolute snippet. If you compare him to his current valuation now, which I would say is around £50 million. Obviously, when they signed him, he's a relatively young goalkeeper, so it would have been seen as an investment and a bit of a chance as he's only played at the lower levels. Touched on his worth, I would say £50 million right now, so Burnley were able to sell him for anything around that sort of number. Huge profit, great business as well, if that does happen. He's obviously played for England as well, made 4 appearances for them, and no doubt he will continue to make more appearances if Pickford loses his form, gets injured, etc. Let's get into my prediction for Popey then. So, time recording is January 2021. That is my prediction date. Move date, I'm going to actually predict he's going to move in the summer of 2022, which is sort of 18 months away from now. I actually think he's going to go for £70 million. I think this player, Nick Pope, is such a good character, such a good learner of the game. It's only going to enhance his reputation. I think some of the big boys are really going to come in for him. You know, if Mendy maybe dips at Chelsea, could come in there. Arsenal, for example, Spurs, for example, lots of big clubs, even Manchester City. You know, if Ederson decides to leave for whatever reason, I think some of the big boys could come in for him. So, yeah, I think he could potentially go for £70 million. I think Burnley can hold him for one more season. After that, the pandemic should hopefully be over, and then the big boys can come in and sort of chuck some money at him and be well deserved as well, in my opinion. So that's my prediction for Nick Pope.
So there you have it, guys. It's of course Burnley goalkeeper Nick Pope. Now, do you think he should be England goalkeeper for the Euros in the summer coming up? Do you think he's outgrown Burnley? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. Also, do you agree with the valuation as well? Do you think that's about right? Do you think it should be increased, decreased? I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please do so, guys. It does help the channel grow that a little bit further. And of course, if you do like this type of segment, please do drop it a like and leave a comment. If you missed last week's episode, there's a link in the description below. Go and check it out after you complete this video. We'll see everyone next week.